Today on ECHE Music TV, what is branding? Why is it important? And music from Mike Jeezy. Let's go. This is ECHE Music TV, where we provide tips, tools, techniques, and resources to help you grow your ministry. I'm your host, Simone Henry, a music business consultant, speaker, and concert promoter. I do what I do because I believe gifted, anointed Christian artists should not be broke. Let's get started. Hello and welcome back to ECHE Music TV. I am so thankful that you are here with me today. I know it's been quite some time since I've been here. The last year and a half have been, it's been a year of recovery for me. The end of 2018, I feel like my life kind of blew up and ended up having to I had to make a pretty big transition. So I'm in a new state. I am not in the DC area anymore. I am now in Georgia. And, but I've still been working in the music business. I just haven't been doing the podcast. I actually started another podcast with a friend of mine called Music Industry Makeover, which you can find here on YouTube. And so Ron and I have been, working hard, building up Music Industry Makeover, which is a more premium, done-for-you service of marketing. But ECHE Music is still here. ECHE Music is more of me teaching and guiding rather than having a done for you service. So, but I am still here. So, and hopefully you've enjoyed the previous videos that are on my channel. Another thing that I need to tell you is that I am changing the format for my podcast. So previously the show was in 2 segments, and I was playing 3 songs in the full 30-minute show. Well, this show will be shorter. I'm going to do a short segment and then I'm going to play a song. And so I'm going to do it that way because it'll make it easier for me to do the post-production, the editing, and be consistent with this show, which is definitely something I want to do. I want to make sure that I am bringing you fresh content on a regular basis. So in order for me to do that, it has to be easier for me to do. I don't have a team right now, but when I do have a team, then we can revisit the format of the show. But for right now, we'll do 1 segment and a song. If I have a guest, the show will probably be longer. I'm still going to play a song because I believe in showcasing artist music, so I'm going to play a song. But the show may be a little bit longer depending on what we talk about. So on with the show. Today I want to talk about branding. It is March 2020. We're still in the first quarter. So branding is kind of one of those topics that sometimes feels like, oh, we're starting at the very beginning, kind of one of those things you talk about at the beginning of the year. It's a new year. It's about starting off fresh, defining what your goals are, what you want to do that year. But, and I feel like branding falls into that category. But I want to talk about it now before the first quarter ends, because a lot of you are planning to release music this year. Actually, starting in March and April, a lot of people release new music around this time. And branding should be one of your considerations when you're putting together your packages to offer to your fans. Branding is something that you need to pay attention to. So that you're putting your best face forward. You're putting out something that you're proud of and that fits who you are. So, what is branding? Branding is your story. Branding is what is unique about you. It's not necessarily your logo. It's not necessarily the colors you choose for your website or your album cover. Although those things are part of your branding, your visual branding, but they are not your overall branding. Your overall branding is what's important to you, your values that you want your audience to know. What is it that you want your audience to know about you? Those are the things that you accentuate and that you let people know. On the show on Music Industry Makeover this week, we were talking about branding, and I was saying how decide who you are first as an artist, as a person, and then decide, then you design logos or get logos designed, then choose colors, then, design your album cover, your website around who you are and what impression you want to make on other people, on your audience. Your logo is represented in different ways, like your logo, the colors, what you wear on stage. Um, there was this showcase I went to a few years ago where the lady who walked up front to sing, was the way she was dressed and the way she was wearing her hair said to me, traditional gospel artist. I was thinking she's going to sound like, one of these ladies from back in the day, honestly. I'm thinking, and I'm forgetting this other lady's name, but I was thinking, oh, and I'm forgetting her name now. But anyway, I'm thinking traditional gospel artist. And so I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, and then the music starts, and the music doesn't sound like a traditional song. I'm thinking, okay, well, that's interesting. And then she started to sing, and she didn't, her voice in the song was not traditional at all. She sounded more like Jill Scott than she did like, a traditional gospel artist that, from back in the day, like the church ladies, she didn't sound like that. She sounded very modern and she sounded very modern and kind of hip, Um, it was very interesting because her look said one thing, but her sound said something else altogether. So what you wear, how you wear your hair says, this is my brand. You don't want to confuse people with your look. If you have catchphrases or quotes, your social media presence is part of your brand. That's all part of your messaging for your overall brand. So when you decide who you are and what your message is, what you want people to remember about you, what you want the impression of you to be, then you can express that with your logo, with the colors you choose, with what you wear, with what you say, with how you handle your social media presence. And so, why is having a brand important? It's important because it sets you apart. I listened to the DIY Musician podcast, and Kevin Bruner says, don't start your bio with, I was born. Why? Because that's not unique. Everybody was born. Tell your story in such a way that sets you apart from everybody else, right? Tell your story tell your unique story in a way that will draw people to you, that will get people connecting to you on a level beyond your music. When they connect with you beyond your music, they'll buy your music. That's not something that you have to worry about. There was this other blog I was reading, and she was saying how when people are connected to you and they're bonded to you, then they're not necessarily worried so much about price because they're connected to you. Not that you're going to be selling anything super expensive, but sometimes artists do come up with exclusive products, exclusive offers, and different things that are a little bit more pricey. Well, they can do that because they have an engaged, connected fan base that they can sell more expensive things to. Your brand creates consistency with your audience. When people hear certain quotes or they see certain logos, they see a certain design, they may think it brings up a certain picture in their mind. So having that, especially your visual branding, the colors you choose, your logo, those things will, when you put them out onto social media, you have it on your website, you have it on flyers, your album covers, that kind of thing. That visual image will conjure up images of you and who you are and what you stand for, what your message is. So that builds consistency with the audience, and with consistency, you can build relationship and create that bond. So that's another part of why this is important. You want to create an emotional bond with your audience. The more bonded to you they are, the more that they're going to want to support you and buy your stuff and help you to sustain your ministry for years to come. So you should definitely invest in branding yourself beyond just your logo, beyond just the colors that you choose for your website. Your brand is your uniqueness, what makes you you. And then once you decide what your message is, then you can look at your visual branding and decide to make those things and create those things in such a way that it furthers that message. Okay, and that is all for today. I will see you next week. If you want to know more about branding and how to brand yourself, I do have a branding worksheet that you can work through, and it will help you to figure out what your branding should be. If you would like to get access to that, go to echemusic.com/branding worksheet, and you can download that for free. That's my free gift to you for watching today, and I will see you again next time. Stay tuned. We have a song coming up, I Choose You by Mike Jeezy.
Yeah, Mike Jeezy. This one's for you, Father. For sure. Cause despite the women, money, cars, and clothes, yeah, at the end of the day, tell them I choose you. Yeah, that's right. On the scenery, beating my speakers, they yelling out, why you mistreating me? I'm never leaving thee, I'm never leaving G.O.D. Got a problem with it, throw them deuces, peace. Cause I ain't gotta know you, I know the Holy Spirit. If you ain't got it, then get like shouty and get it. Some people that try to tell you prosperity is a joke. That's cause they reaping the very same drama that they sold. Take a second to read your Bible, shout it, then you know. Shout out to Obama, but this year Jesus got my vote. He wins it every time. There ain't no need to lie. Drunk off the spirit, communion, sipping that holy wine. Saved me too many times. Why would I turn around? I wanna see all you have to offer, father to child. Yeah, I lost 2 daddies in my lifetime, but the third time's a charm, and I know you'll do me right. That's why I choose you. Yeah, come on. That's why I choose you. Now say you chose me, so I choose you. Yeah, 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 come on. I feel like I'm at the top of my game, on a mountain that I can move at the sound of his name. A mustard seed of faith is all it takes to break down barriers. Spiritual post office, holy mail carrier. Nothing's more scarier thinking I can't have you. That's why I got to grab you. My life to use a passion. Pedal to the metal for the Lord like I was dragging. His love for me is always free for that, never taxing. Bagging as much as the spirit is I can handle. And now I can say you are the flame to my candle. I wanna be the most God-fearing two-legged mammal. The way of the world has 1,000,000,001 scandals, but they call the righteousness opens to one channel. The way is very narrow, that's why many don't travel. So with my talents, I'ma do what it do. And every time I spit a verse, gotta give it to you. I choose you. Yeah, that's right. Say, I choose you. One more time, homie. Everybody say, you chose me, so I choose you.